Now, one more preface. It is important for you to understand as we go through this process. I'm going to give you a lot of history. I'm going to show you connectors that, it'll be more in our next time together, how we got here with Project 2025. Why it's front and center. Why are they being so blatant? Why? I want you to see a pattern. And so all I'm saying is, I don't want you to remember all of this information I'm getting ready to give you. I'm not asking you to do that. What I am asking you to do is to catch the pattern. All right? You with me? Okay. So, Project 2025, conservative nationalists wish list for the potential second Trump presidency. They weren't organized in the first one, but they're ready now on day one. They've been working on this for 4 years, and they're ready to go. Now, you're going to learn that there are some things that, and I'll get into greater detail, but this group, the Heritage Foundation, is not new. They came into existence in 1973, and I won't go into the greater detail, but I will in the next time, but I just need you to understand, they didn't just show up yesterday, right? And you have Donald Trump saying, Project 2025, I don't know who these people are. I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it. Well, that's not true. 31 of the 38 people that wrote this thing, as it says, they were either a part of his administration or a part of the transition team. He knows these folks. He's very clear. And if he gets in office, they're going to make sure that this stuff comes to pass. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of back and forth, but you'll be able to follow me. It's not going to be a problem. I want you to get the crux of what this is about first. Then I'm going to show you some pieces in history so you can see these patterns, and I will lace in how it relates to Project 2025. Okay? Thank you, Mom and Dad, for this list. I know you're watching. Higher taxes for working class. Raise the retirement age. Cut Social Security and Medicare. End the Affordable Care Act. That's huge. We're back to pre-existing conditions and all the things that we had before, people not being able to get insured. Eliminate Department of Education. We are going to spend some time on that tonight to eliminate the Department of Education. We are already not being taught all of history. But I want to make sure that there is no way, because there's no Department of Education overseeing it. I'll get to that. I'm just getting excited that you'll be informed. End free discount lunch programs for school. Why? I've taught school. Those programs are huge. When you have kids that come in that have had nothing to eat, all of the food might not be the best, but that's better than an empty stomach, and you're trying to teach them science or math, English. It's necessary. Very necessary. When the pandemic happened, there were families that needed food, and there were teachers that gathered together by phone and did that. I went to the grocery store on my own when I heard about this family that had just moved into the area. They were students in our school, but they had just moved into the area. They had nothing. Oh my goodness. I went and filled up 2 carts and took it to them. Because during the day, because of the pandemic, kids weren't going to at least get lunch. And there are some families, I try not to go down these rabbit trails, but there are some families that are so poor that if the student eats lunch that day at school, and I'm talking about something I heard, I was there. If they ate lunch at school, the parent, because they only had so much food, would not get dinner. The child wouldn't get dinner that afternoon because at least they had eaten once that day. You hear what I'm telling you? And they want to take that away. I know a daughter and mother close to the same size would wear the same pair of shoes. The girl would wear them to school, wear them during the day, and give them to her mother when she got home. There are people that are struggling. What logical sense does it make to take that away? That's hate. That ain't God. There ain't no God in that nowhere. Moving on. Ban African American and gender studies in all levels of education. Well, regardless of your position on that, I do think it needs to be studied. Condemn single mothers while promoting traditional families. You can't legislate morality, but you can witness to people. That's going to come up more than once. You can share the gospel with people and change their lives. You can do that. But to try to create legislation that's going to make people act a particular way, condemning them? Come on. Jesus didn't throw anybody away. He gives everybody an opportunity to spend a good life with him, regardless of the mistakes that you've made in the past. No, he don't want you to make the mistakes. Those are sin, clearly. But he doesn't throw you out. Then don't give you make it more expensive to buy a home by increasing mortgage and insurance premiums. Repeal protections for Americans with pre-existing health conditions. We'll deal with some of that. Elimination of the union and worker protections. Why? Why? So there can be more haves so there can be more have-nots than haves. So the rich are taken care of. I'm spending too much time on this. I just wanted to read it to you. In civil rights and DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion protections, and I believe that says government's too far away from me to see it. All right. And make sure that you fill the Supreme Court and the lower courts. Donald Trump has already done that. Did you know that I believe it's the appellate court, that he only hired 2 minorities? Only appointed 2 minorities? One is Asian, the other one is Latino. Nobody black. Nobody black. At the top, people that are making decisions for people's lives that will make sure that there is equity in sentencing and things like that. When people are appealing certain things, that nobody black. So if Donald Trump gets back in, everything changes.